Hello everyone, welcome to episode 4. Hope you're still enjoying this series. On this occasion we're on the east side of Shady Sands. There's not that much to do here, to be honest. Last episode we spoke to this guy, who's a trader. He's not actually there in the default game. I think he's something that's been added by the fixed patch. As we look around, you can see there's some fields here, some crops growing. We've got a well, we've got a Brahmin pen, and this is probably the first time you've come across Brahmin. As you can see, it is a two-headed cow, the signature beast of Fallout. If we look at them, the two-headed mutant cow. This one has been domesticated. I don't think I've ever seen one that hasn't been in Fallout. Right, okay. There's not too much to do here, I'll be honest. There's people we can talk to, and some of them will give them the same response as we had with the guy in Aradesh's house, where not that, but this. No. I will find one, I promise. There we go. Welcome to Shady Sands, stranger. What's the deal? How do you survive? Who's your leader? Thanks. And there's a couple of people that give you that response. This guy's a little bit different. One thing I will say is, it's very easy in this game. On your first playthrough, you play through it all and you think, oh, that's it, I've done it. You might do another playthrough and you'll skip certain people. You won't bother with him, you won't bother with him because last time I did nothing for you. There was no information, you got no experience. I would discourage that. I would encourage you to go and speak to everybody all over again, because depending on the statistics you pick, if your intelligence is high, you'll get a different response from this guy than I'm going to get. And sometimes you'll uncover quests. Particularly with the experience stat, you can uncover more quests than you would ordinarily. So, unlike the Fallout 3 and New Vegas, where it says you've got this skill but you don't quite meet the requirements. So it says you've got, say, 32 out of 50, and you know you're going to fail because there's some stupid response next to it. Fallout will hide the skills, or you might fail. It won't tell you what the threshold is for passing, or it may even operate on a percentage scale, so you've got so much percent to succeed based on your skill, and the higher your skill, the more chance you've got to succeed. So I'm speaking to this guy now. Good day, hello. What can I do for you? What's your name? I'm called Curtis. What can you tell me about your village? Our village is small, but we support ourselves. Aside from the attacks by raiders and the occasional rad scorpion, we've got no problems. Aradesh is a good leader. What are you doing? I'm a farmer. We irrigated this desert many years ago. Although the wasteland is harsh, it's impossible to grow things with patience and time. It's impossible. It is possible to grow things with patience and time. I see, you seem to be doing pretty well. What can I do for you? And there we go. Nothing, thanks. What are these crops? I don't think I've ever really looked at them. So, mutated cornstalk. It's thriving under these conditions. So look at this little building here. Now, there on the floor is some rope. I'm going to take it. The game won't tell you that you need rope, but you do need rope in Vault 15. It's heavy. So, we'll see how we go. What I might do is just pop over to Vault 15 and have a look around there. I don't think there's anything else to do here. This building here looks like it's significant, but it isn't in my experience. What you will find is there's all kinds of little... It's pixel perfect, this game is, when it comes to examining things. But there's all kinds of little things to find in these buildings. For example, here we have a bookcase. We can interact with it. There's rope and another survival guide. Now, I can't remember how it treats this. If I was to take that survival guide, I can't remember if we get flagged as a thief or not. I'm not gonna do it too much in this game. I mean, I'm gonna try and play a fairly good character. I'm not saying he's gonna be an angel, but we'll see. So let's have a look. Ian's still not gonna go with us. If you do little bits for the town and help out the town, he might volunteer to go with you, especially if you quieten it down. He gets a bit bored. So let's see. I'm gonna save the game before we wander the wastelands. I will be doing some game saves. It's not. I've been saving in between the recordings, but as you can see there, we'll call this Ep.04. Predictably, step into the red zone. Now, wow, got some options. So we can head down towards the raiders. If you're in the area, you'll get this little triangle. And when you're visiting back an area, say if I want to go back into Shady Sands, you get this little map. So we can arrive at the entrance, we can go to the garden, or the Brom Pen. Now, that's the west side, and both of those are on the east side, but the game tries to break down locations so you're not wandering everywhere. It doesn't always work, it's not always perfect, but it's pretty good. But we'll go back to the world. So what we've got here, we've got Junktown. I will tell you now, you have to visit locations to know, so I'd have to wander into there to get that to tell me it was the Raiders, but that's the Raiders. We've got Vault 15 here. Much further south, we've got Junktown. And the guy said it was a ways west, and it is. And then a little bit further south to that, we've got the hub. Okay. For now, we've saved the game. We'll have a wander over to Vault 15. We've arrived at 9:40 in the morning. That's good enough for me. Here we go. As you can see, we've uncovered nowhere yet. We don't really know the ins and outs of Vault 15. We arrive at the shack. This is new. Rad Scorpion. We've got a 95% chance to hit it as it stands, so let's see what we can hit with the VAT system. Got a fairly reasonable chance to hit it in the head, but to be honest, as you can see, the groin here has changed to the brain. Might take a shot at the brain, then run. Good shot. Okay, here we go. A small shack is all that remains of the area. Fortunately, your records indicate a secondary entrance to Vault 15 here. Rad Scorpion was hit in the brain for 10 hit points. And I'm just going to run. Hopefully, by the time it gets to me, it will be out of action points. Of course, we've sequenced before it, which happens quite a lot with animals and insects. If your agility is high enough, it's nothing to do with your agility, I think we established that, but if your perception is high enough, you will generally sequence before them. Now I'm just going to take it's 83% for the body. I'll take a shot at him, and I'm going to keep on running. I've got no time for anything else, really. He's going to corner us soon. I might spend a turn just running right past him. We'll run that way. The reason being, running on a hex grid, if you go diagonally, you'll end up doing this kind of thing, and you don't actually go very far, so let's see how much we can outdistance this guy. Not by much. Might be enough for us to... Let's have a look at him. He's almost dead, so one more shot. Did it. Yeah. Excellent. Combat over. Quick reload. Let's see what he's got. Rad Scorpion tail. Perfect. For destroying your enemies without taking a scratch, you win 110 experience. Where are we now in terms of level? Not quite halfway. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look inside the shack. You see a ladder. This old shack, it's barely standing, and seems to have been looted long ago. Straight away, this is what we've got to contend with on this level. It seems Vault 15, long ago abandoned, as Katrina told us it was, has been taken over by rodents of various sizes. So what we've got here, these nasty little things are pig rats. Nothing out of the ordinary, it's not going to tell us too much about her. And she's unhurt. This here, you can just about... See, it is pixel perfect, so there's a lesser mole rat. Now, these are pretty tough little beasts. Vault 15 is a difficult place to come to at the start of the game. If you ignore Shady Sands and you get to Vault 15, what you'll find is well, you'll find a tough combat scenario in this area, which I'm going to find now. I might not actually stay here. I just wanted to show you. I'll leave it at that for now. Actually, I was going to explain something, but we'll leave it at that. Let's see how we get on with attacking. Now, you see, we're the same distance away. I'm not sure if it's because the target's small or because it's dark in here. I think it's because it's dark in here. We don't have a very good chance to hit this mole rat. Now, these mole rats, this pig rat is a vicious character. So I'm going to move 3 spaces forward. Gives me a little bit of better chance to hit, and I'll miss anyway. So we'll end the turn and we'll get savaged. I'm going to leave. I've got an action point here. I should have moved another step closer, but if I end the turn now, you'll see my AC increases. There we go. 3 hit points. That was less severe than I expected. And we'll just put around and that fat little bugger. Again, there's no gold on that pig rat. I'll reload because the rat didn't even notice us shooting at it, so cheeky. Right, okay. We might die here, in all honesty. Let's see. Run. Huh. 92% chance to hit. I think that may cost us. I'm going to stand. I'm going to let that armor class roll in. Okay, it didn't really pan out, but still, it missed us with the first attack. Now then. We have a critical. Lesser Mole Rat was critically hit for 12 hit points, seriously wounding the rat and knocking it around. It's not dead, it's just knocked down. It can still, it'll get back up with less hit points next turn. We'll give it a bit of a swift kick on the ground. Now what you'll notice is my chance to hit's 95%. That's because the target's immobile. It's easier to beat something when it's knocked off its feet. So we'll give it a quick swift kick and then we'll end the turn. Well, turnaround's fair play, I guess. As you see, my hit points are... wow. It hit us for 9. Now we get back up. We've lost 3 AP, basically, for being knocked down. We'll try and put it down now. Let's have a look at it. It's almost dead. This might do the job. And there we go. What a lovely sound. The sound effects in this game, I mean the music, the atmosphere it sets, everything about it's brilliant. I love the stencil effect of the graphics as well. You know, it's so atmospheric. And the gunshots, the sound effects of animals dying, that sounds really wrong, but it's not really how I meant it. It's got everything going for it. Again, nothing on this rat. Now, the first time I played this game I missed little things like this, but the vaults tend to have little cupboards, little lockers set into the walls here, and they're full of flares. Now flares are useful for nothing really. I've known people to use them to light areas up for a better chance to hits with weapons, but I don't tend to bother with it, so I just sell them. They're good for selling. Let's have a wander here. There we go. Trigger the rat. It's too far away to do anything to us. It'll approach and I'll shoot it in the face. And it'll live. That is one hell of a tough rat. Hopefully. No. Now. Thank God we sequenced. I'm just going to punch it. There we go. Don't want to waste another round on it. When you've shot a rat and it hasn't died, it's obviously immune to bullets. Right. I'll try and clear out these as well. You may have noticed there's another locker just up there. Probably contains medical supplies, and I would like to try and get to that. Let's see if this rat is as tough as the last one. It isn't. That's a relief. A couple of flares on the ground there. And you can see I'm missing the flare if I'm there. As soon as I mouse over that pixel, got it. Let's have a look around. Now we're going to have to fight through a couple more rats here. I didn't see that one. But he missed me anyway. So, let's shoot that one. Let's check on my ammunition supplies really. Let's have a look how we're doing ammo wise. Not too bad. We're alright. Hopefully be able to pick up some more before this is done with. Yeah, we'll put a round in that rat. And then we'll move down towards this one. And I'll end the combat there. Excellent. Stim packs, we need. First aid kit, don't tend to use them too much, tend to sell them. Now, if you were to do this and you were to head from Vault 13 to Vault 15, what you'll find is, when you come to here, suddenly there's a lift shaft here, elevator shaft, whatever you want to call it. Can't be descended without a rope, it says. Now there's two ways of doing it. You can put a rope here and you can left click it and you can target it, or you can use that context sensitive menu I said. Go to your inventory, select the rope, rope attached. There it is. Now, down we go. Here we are. What I will do, before we go any further, sacrifice one of our 10 stim packs. I get a nice healthy boost there. And I'll save the game here. I am saving in different slots. This game has, not a habit, but it has a history of corrupting my save games. Now, we've been sighted. It's fine by me. Oh, right. 5 hit points, it's not dead. Let's hope. A punch, so it's taken a 10mm bullet to the body and a punch in the face, cheeky slap in the face, and it's still coming at us. We've sequenced before it. Let's have a look at it. It's severely wounded. I'm going to take another shot. It's not almost dead. It is dead now. But, there we go. Now there's a rat round the corner there. Yeah, you get little glitches like that. It's just, yeah, it's nothing. Gonna run up here. Gonna completely miss that rat there. Not too much of an issue. As you can see, it's a useful way of scouting out the area. Now, I was just doing it blind there. It's not a very clever way to play the game. It's worth taking notice of what's around your routes. We'll shoot that guy, and we'll move on up. If we move too close, he gets an attack, but he's missed. A case in the wall says Uzi 9mm for emergencies only. The glass is broken and the case is empty. Where was that? I've never noticed that before. This game still has new things. It's brilliant. We'll shoot that guy and we'll take a step back. End the turn. A couple paces forward, and we'll take that guy out as well. I say guy. They're all women. All the rats are women. All the animals are, I think. Look. She looks unhurt. They're all women. Right, I thought it was 10mm. It's not. It's .223 FMJ. We don't have a weapon that fires that caliber yet. Let's see if there's anything buried in the rock slide here. I think, yeah, we'll try and get to that locker. Now, I've come here with a rope. I think you can get another rope from this area. I'm not aware that you needed 2 ropes. I can't remember needing 2 ropes. I might be wrong. Like I say, there's so much I've forgotten about this game. You can see this lift is in much the same state as that one. So, yeah, maybe I made a mistake, but to be honest, I'm not going to go too much further into Vault 15. Hopefully we'll get down to that one. Nope, I haven't quite got line of sight there. Go on. That was a waste of a round. I knew it was when I fired it. So this guy's latched onto us, he's coming. And because we're a terrible shot, we'll never hit him. Her. Force of habit, I'm sorry. He's going to attack us now. Yeah, and they do hit. They are horrible little blighters. There we go. How's that? An English guy didn't let's play and he used the word blighter. Combat. I do like to meet stereotypical expectations. Combat. Announce myself in style. I'll be honest, I don't usually take this fault on so soon. We've levelled. Alt skin. Right, okay. Character. That's new. Anyway, we've got 15 skill points to spend. And at this stage in the game, having killed 1 red scorpion and 21 rats, I'm going to put the points into small guns. As you can see, each point I put in, it doubles. So, we'll go for that, and we'll put a little bit into speech. I don't want too much into speech. I'm not really going to touch repair at the moment. I'll just sink the rest into small guns. It's important for me to get that high fast. Just down to my playstyle, really. In the locker, we've got rope. And what's this? A black, heavy leather jacket. You can't help but think how badass you'd look wearing this, even in the scorching heat of the wastes. It's not a commentary on Mad Max, is it? Right, okay, done. Inventory. Here we go. Now, I explained a little bit about this. You've got the armor slot. You've got to. If I drop that in there, character changes the look, and you can see my resistances increase slightly. As does my armor class. It goes from 8 to 16. Definitely worth taking that. It's a good armor for the start of the game, and indeed I've done entire playthroughs wearing this armor. It's necessary for some other things as well. There's little things in the game you'd never expect to find. That didn't really sound quite as I meant it to. There's things in the game that you only find by meeting certain criteria, and those criteria are obscure and not really, unless you go reading wikis, they're quite difficult to find. But anyway, the hints are all there, you can find them, but unless you're looking for them. So we'll rope up here. There we go. Some little lockers here. You can see up here, they can be hard to see, but there's some 10mm AP here. We don't really want we're not too interested in armor piercing, and I'm not convinced it's worth taking on a greater mole rat to get. But we'll see. Now I'm going to take a shot at this guy in the eyes, because as you can see, the critical chance is much higher when you're aiming at body parts like that. The eyes are particularly deadly. You hit something in the eyes and you've got an excellent chance of crippling it. 14 hit points is a significant amount of damage at this point of the game. Okay, hostiles are still on me, so I'll just hand them around and let them. Oh no. Okay. Well, looks like we don't have too much of a choice. What I'll do is I'll move too far down there so I can't take a shot. Oh, dear. Be careful about your clicks. I'm gonna stand as far back as I can with this guy. Potentially a very horrible situation. 80% chance to hit. We'll take it. I may have moved a little bit closer. Yeah. I'm gonna try and put one in his eyes. Please pull off. Come on. Oh! Excellent. Can't argue with that. 17 hit points to the face. Greater mole rat. Yeah. Nasty creatures. Again. Oh, why do I keep doing that? Combat. Let's move in 4. Put the rat out of its... probably wasn't miserable. I was going to say misery. It's probably quite a happy rat. Putting those points into small guns is kind of necessary, really. We'll come stand next to this guy. And we'll do the same thing. We'll aim for the eyes. That didn't pay off that time. As you can see, it's not a guaranteed... That's all he required. This place is very combat heavy. And for the start of the game, these creatures are not the easiest to be getting on with. Just use the combat mode to run up there. It's a bit of a cheat, really, but sometimes you can get past that way. As it stands, it was unnecessary. Let's have a peek in here. We've got a character here. Look, he's she isn't aware of us, but we've attracted something else. You can see, but I've just clicked combat. Something else has heard us or seen us. There we go, and it's on its way to investigate. So if I move there, I won't have a line of sight on it. The doorways are a bit strange in this game because it works on a hex grid. The line of sights from doorways are a bit odd, so I'll just wait. End the turn. As soon as it's in the doorway, I'll be able to see it. There we go. We'll take a shot and we'll try and run up here a little bit. I think we've reached there. There we go. Okay. And there we go. Oh, no, I didn't expect this. That's a 10mm SMG. As the description there gives it, it's a Heckle & Koch MP9 submachine gun, 10mm variant. A medium-sized SMG capable of single shot and burst modes. Minimum strength requirements, because weapons do have those, is 4. It's got 30 out of 30 shots in it. I didn't expect to find that at this stage in the game. That's a significant find. That's brilliant. Wow, okay. We're not going to be using grenades. We're not very good with them. The dynamite might come in handy later on. I don't know whether to sell that or not yet. I'm going to try and get through this as fast as I can now because time's wrapping up. What I'm going to do is unload this, because I always keep my empty weapons, my unused weapons empty. Swap out for the SMG, which makes an entirely different noise. I do love this game. I'm not going to waste a burst shot on this thing. Just going to put the 10mm round into it. You see, it's a much crisper note off this gun. We'll move in. We'll shoot the rat, and we'll try and run around here. There's something on the floor there, and I think it's a crowbar. Right, it seems the command and control centre is buried under even more rock. You'll have to look for the water chip elsewhere. 500 experience. We're not going to get it here. It's not going to happen. There's very little else other than killing things in here as far as I'm aware, so what I'll do is I'll leave the vault. We'll kill this guy. I'll get out the vault and I'll call it an episode. But we've done what we came to do, really. Maybe we'll come back at some stage. There might be something I've missed. Again, if I have, let me know. But to be honest, we're going to get the hell out of here. I'm not interested in dealing with you, little rat. Well, you're forcing me to, really, so... We're on our way out. Excellent, successful foray into Vault 15. We've discovered there's nothing of use there. But where does that leave us? What do we do now? Well, I'll leave you to think about that. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And hopefully I'll see you next episode. Goodbye.